Step 4 of the acquisition process, defining the requirement, is the key to getting your action completed and for delivering the performance results your stakeholders need. So let's take a closer look at the elements in Step 4. Risk assessment is a continuous process. You have been identifying risk associated with this requirement since Step 2. Now it is time to assess those risks and develop a mitigation strategy. Look at your list of identified risks and make the following determination for each. What is the likelihood of the event occurring, and what is the impact if it does happen? And then rank the risks from high to low and build risk mitigation strategies for each one. Next, define and prioritize your strategic performance-based objectives. The input you receive from your stakeholders will help you prioritize your desired outcomes. What is the most important outcome? The second, third, and so on. If you have multiple customers, try to develop standard or common performance objectives as much as possible. This will enable you to gain efficiencies and leverage in terms of pricing and performance. The meat and potatoes of a successful acquisition is building your requirements roadmap. The roadmap provides the basic structure and outlines for key documents such as the performance work statement or statement of objectives and the quality assurance surveillance plan. These are often referred to as the PWS, SUE, and QASP. The roadmap will also help you develop your technical evaluation factors. It captures your performance objectives, performance standards, and your methods and types of inspection in one document. This way you can make sure that all elements are in alignment before you invest the time and effort to develop a PWS. The QASP is the tool you will use to administer the resulting contract. Your QASP must align directly with your PWS. Using the roadmap as your outline, you can begin developing the PWS or SUE. This process is lengthy and requires the right team members to make sure it is done correctly. Provide enough detail in the PWS to give a contractor a clear idea of the performance results you need, but don't tell them how to perform the work or how many bodies are needed. You should also provide enough scoping or historical information that will enable a contractor to develop a clear picture of the requirement. This is a critical step in the process, and dedicated team participation is the only way to optimize your PWS. Using your new PWS or SUE, develop an independent government cost estimate of what you think this requirement will be. These are sometimes referred to as the IGCE or the IGE. This estimate is a closely held number and not shared with industry. Now remember that the Federal Acquisition Regulation, FAR, encourages exchanges with industry throughout this process to help refine and define the requirements document. Once you develop the PWS, get some feedback from industry. Now it is time to go back and establish consensus with your stakeholders. Make sure that your PWS or SUE clearly and accurately reflects your stakeholders' expectations and priorities. This is vital to ensuring success. Developing your requirement is often the hardest part of this process, but if you build a good roadmap and PWS, get industry comments and stakeholders on board, you are well on your way. Getting the requirement right is the most important part of this 7-step service acquisition process. Completing the actions in this step will improve your probability of success.